People don't tend to believe when you tell them that you're really happy. But when you tell them that you're sad and feeling miserable, it people just accept it. It seems normal. It seems natural. When you say that I'm enjoying my life, I'm dancing, I'm singing, I have so much joy and bliss in my life is magical, people will start thinking that you have gone mad because it's unheard of. We live life in a way where our normal day-to-day activities is considered to be full of misery and suffering. Like we work, our family, we get up, we eat, we have to do so much, we have to earn money, we have to manage our work, manage our home, and all of that seems to be a source of suffering. And when we go out, when we take a break, when we go on a vacation, that is an anomaly. When the happiness and the peace that we feel there seems like an anomaly. So the normal way people live is their life, the normal state of their life, their reality. That's why you'll hear people say, once the vacation is about to end, oh, it's time to go back to real life. It's time to go back to reality. They know that the peace and the happiness that they've experienced when they're on their vacation is about to go back. It is about to go back to suffering, to misery once they get back home and start their day-to-day life. And this is considered normal. So the misery is considered normal, and the happiness and the peace that you experience when you're traveling is considered an anomaly. But it is the complete opposite. That is the biggest misunderstanding. The peace, the happiness, the joy is our natural state. The misery and the suffering is the anomaly. But we've been living in the anomaly for such a long time that it has become a habit. It has, our misery has taken over as our natural state. It looks as if it's our natural state, but it is the most unnatural state ever. If you want to understand the natural state of anything, look at their infancy. For example, for humans, look at how kids are born. They are not in misery, they are not suffering. Apart from the physical issues like hunger or getting hurt, where they cry, apart from that, they are in total bliss. They are not miserable, they are not suffering, they're enjoying life because they have not been contaminated with thinking. But as we grow up, I don't know how it happens, and I think I'm going to discuss it in this video how we get into the habit of misery. But it just happens that misery becomes our normal state because we are living in more and more of misery and suffering. We forget that happiness is our natural state. We assume that happiness and peace and joy is something that has to be experienced in intervals. When you're on a vacation, or when you win a promotion, or you get a good job, or you get married, like happiness is considered to be very sparse. There is a lot of space between happiness, and normal state of life is suffering. But that's not the case. Now, why does this happen? Why misery becomes a habit? So the first reason is when we are young, and whenever we were miserable, when we would get hurt, when we would fall sick, when we would cry, make a tantrum, there was a lot of attention directed towards us by our elders. Obviously, because we couldn't communicate, they had to be present to what we were trying to communicate to them in the form of our crying. So we were miserable and we would get all sorts of attention. We would fall sick, and people would just rush in and take care of us and give us ice cream and chocolate and talk nicely to us and make sure that we are not disturbed. But when we were healthy, we were more or less ignored because it did not make sense, right? Like if a person is happy and joyous, you know that he does not need anything. Why would you want to give him attention? And that is the case for a majority of people. Now, as we grow up, as we get more and more miserable, and we start getting more and more attention, the habit starts building and it does not go away because it it is so deeply ingrained within us. It has gone unconscious. We start being miserable unconsciously, and it is just a matter of a misunderstanding. The second reason why misery becomes a habit, according to me, is nature has given us the ability to be conscious of our body. But think of the last time you were really conscious of any part of your body. If you think about it, you'll realize that you are not conscious of your head till there is a headache. The pain in the head, the headache, is what makes you conscious of that part. You'll never be consciously aware that, wow, my head is so clear right now. My head has no pain right now. Because nature designed it that way. Being conscious of pain is nature's way of helping you survive. If there was no pain, if we were not forced to be conscious of pain, we wouldn't know which part of the body to heal, which part of the body needs our attention. So we would give it attention. But we also have the ability to be conscious of health. That is an art. To be conscious of okayness, of painlessness is an art which not everyone develops. We get so focused on being conscious of pain, pain, pain all the time that that becomes a habit. When was the last time you were truly grateful for your body, for all that your body does? It beats your heart, it circulates the blood, it takes care of the breathing, it takes care of your sleep, it takes care of your brain. It whatever crap we put in is converted into blood and bones and muscle. When was the last time you were conscious of how wonderful your body is? And it's not our fault because we were designed by nature to only be conscious of the pain. Being conscious of not being in pain is an art. We can develop it. That's where gratitude comes in. That's where an increase in awareness helps. When you are more aware of yourself, when you're more present with your body as you're walking, as you're talking, as you're watching a sunset, if you could just be aware of what a wonderful experience it is to have this gift, to be able to walk, to be able to communicate, to be able to take in light, and not just being conscious of pain, being conscious of how wonderful things are. Develop that. Like an artist develop their skill. You develop that, you start seeing more and more beauty around you. But right now, because we are so habituated with the idea of pain and focusing on pain, that's all we can see around as well. Everyone around us is focusing on what's wrong. Obviously, we are going to be conditioned by it. We can transcend this, we can go beyond this. All we need to do is understand that suffering and misery is a habit. It can be dropped anytime. All we have to do is understand that we've been getting attention for our misery, but it's not helping us. It has never helped us. And start being conscious of what's amazing about you, about nature, about everything. I hope you found this video useful. I had fun recording this. So, thank you.